Evergreen Garden Care is a multinational company. In the UK, there are 3 manufacturing plants at Hatfield, Howden and Gretna. There is also the Quattro Distribution Centre in Doncaster, the research facility at Levington and the company head office in Frimley, Surrey. We are a market leader in home and garden plant fertiliser, plant protection and growing media composts. Hatfield produces consumer growing media composts and Patch Magic lawn products. Howden produces plant and lawn food products which are packed as consumer goods and distributed off-site for storage and sale. Gretna produces growing media composts for both consumer and professional growers. Levington site is Evergreen's research and development facility for product efficacy through extensive trials and testing. Quattro is our storage and distribution centre in Doncaster. The company's head office is based in Frimley, Surrey. Safety is our #1 priority. Our environmental health and safety induction programme is designed to ensure all colleagues, visitors and contractors follow appropriate legal requirements, company rules, policies and procedures. HSE policy. Please take the time to read and understand our environment, health and safety policy, our company vision and strategy, and our golden rules, which you will be given. We are committed to ensure the health and well-being of all employees, visitors and contractors. If you see or do something which you feel is unsafe, please report this immediately to your line manager or site contact. Remember, see it, report it, fix it. Responsibilities, the golden rules. Evergreen operates under 12 key golden rules, our commitment to safety. You are responsible for your own safety and the safety of those around you. You will never be under the influence of alcohol or drugs whilst at work. You will never operate machinery or equipment you are not permitted and licensed to use. You will always wear a seatbelt where fitted when operating mobile plant or driving company vehicles. You will never operate machinery with missing guards or other defective safety devices. You will always follow lockout, tagout procedures to safely isolate equipment. You will always wear the correct personal protective equipment. You will always maintain a clean, tidy work area, promptly dealing with spillages and waste. You will always use pedestrian walkways and crossing points. You will always ensure you are in a safe place before using a mobile phone or other communication device. You will never use a mobile phone or handheld device when operating mobile plant or walking on crossing points. You will always report incidents, accidents, unsafe conditions and behaviours. Safety signage. Evergreen uses standard safety signage across all locations. The types of signage you will see are as follows. Safe condition signage provides information such as emergency exit routes and the location of first aid equipment. Warning signage are to warn about the risk of danger such as forklift trucks or other vehicles operating in the area. Prohibition signage states that you cannot do something such as no pedestrians or no smoking. Mandatory signage must be obeyed at all times. For example, the use of hearing protection in designated environments. Emergency procedures. Fire. If you discover a fire, don't panic. Operate the nearest fire alarm call point. On the sound of the continuous fire alarm, you and everyone on site should shut down machinery and equipment only if it is safe. Do not put yourself at risk. Leave by the nearest fire exit. Do not stop to pick up any personal belongings. Make your way to the fire assembly point where a roll call will be taken. You will be shown where the fire assembly points are. At the assembly point, you should inform us where the fire is located. Do not re-enter the buildings until you are told it is safe to do so. First aid. First aiders can be recognised by their red bump caps or hard hats. If you need a first aider, see your nearest available colleague who will summon a first aider for you. If a colleague is badly injured, summon a first aider immediately. Do not move the casualty unless they are in immediate danger. Do not put yourself in danger to do so. Remain with the injured person, giving relevant information to the first aider when they arrive. Inform your line manager or site contact as soon as possible. Minor injuries. All injuries, no matter how minor, should be reported. The first aider, where appropriate, will assess your injuries for treatment or arrange for further medical assessment if required. It is important to note that magnets are in use at the manufacturing facilities in signposted production areas. If you have a medical device, such as a pacemaker, or any other medical restrictions around magnetic fields, you should inform your line manager or site contact immediately. Environmental. Chemical spillages. Chemical spillages must be cleaned up immediately. The size of the spill will dictate the action to take. Before tackling any spill, ensure you know what the spillage is and take any relevant precautions as set out in Material Chemical Assessments (COSH) or the Product Safety Datasheet (SDS). Small spills should be contained with the spill kits provided. Your line manager or site contact will advise on appropriate disposal. For large spills, inform your line manager or site contact immediately. The emergency procedures will be instigated and you will be instructed on the steps to take. Always wear appropriate PPE before tackling a spill and overprotect if you are unsure of the nature of the material. Waste. All waste should be disposed of correctly by either storing in the correct area or placing it in the correct bin as labelled. You will be shown correct waste disposal procedures. Vehicle and pedestrian safety. Large mobile plant and a range of specialist equipment operate within our locations. Treat these with respect and be aware of your surroundings at all times. When crossing a roadway, use a crossing or walkway where possible. Do not cross if a vehicle is approaching unless you have got the driver's attention and been waved through. Never use a mobile phone or anything that may distract you whilst crossing vehicle activity areas. Pedestrians in vehicle areas. Extra care must be taken when you are in areas that are predominantly occupied by vehicles. Always make yourself known to the vehicle operator on entering the area. Be aware of your surroundings and the task you are undertaking. Always wear high visibility clothing. Chemical and material handling. Material assessments, COSH, are carried out for storage, handling and use of hazardous materials. Assessments determine control measures for safe handling, including the use of personal protective equipment. Your line manager or site contact will train you in safe handling of materials. Occupational health. To support workplace activities and the safe handling of materials, we have an occupational health medical program and undertake routine workplace exposure screening. You may be asked to participate. Personal protective equipment or PPE. The use of personal protective equipment, PPE, varies between company locations. You will be instructed on individual facility requirements. The minimum PPE to be worn in manufacturing is high visibility clothing, safety glasses to protect your eyes, safety footwear with toe protectors, head protection in the form of a bump cap or hard hat. Other forms of PPE, such as gloves, hearing protection and respiratory protection, will be provided if required. Manual handling. Care must be taken when carrying out any manual handling task. You should always think and plan ahead. Is your route clear of obstacles, and are there any environmental conditions such as wet surfaces? How heavy is the object? Can you move it safely? Where is the center of gravity and will it shift when you move? Picking up the load. Stand close to the object, feet slightly apart, 1 foot slightly forward for balance. Bend your knees, keep your back straight and get a good grip. Stand slowly with your legs taking the weight, elbows into your body. When moving, walk slowly, watching where you are going. Keep the load as close to your waist as possible. Avoid twisting and reaching. Keep your back straight. Putting the load down. Keep your back straight, bend your knees, lower the load steadily and smoothly. Some jobs involve job rotation to prevent the risk of repetitive strain injuries. You will be advised where this is appropriate. Permit to work. A permit to work will be completed prior to permitting higher risk activities. The scope of the activity and required controls will be determined through the permit. Lockout tagout. To ensure safety when working on machinery and equipment, lockout tagout procedures are in place to prevent accidental machinery startup. Lockout tagout training will be provided. Only authorized persons will be allowed to isolate equipment. For contract activities, lockout tagout requirements and permit to work will be agreed with your site contact. Safety guarding and interlocks. Safety guarding is around moving parts on all machinery and equipment. This should be in place at all times and should never be removed or altered except under controlled conditions. Damaged or missing guarding should be reported immediately. Safety interlocks are on gates and machinery access points. When opened, the moving parts will shut down immediately and require resetting to start up again. These are a safety device and should not be used for shutting down equipment. Follow correct isolation procedures for this. Incident reporting. All incidents should be reported, no matter how minor. Incidents will be reviewed and corrective measures taken where possible. Incident reporting provides opportunities for continual improvement. Near-miss reporting is essential to help the company understand incidents that have the potential to cause injury or damage. If in doubt, report. Housekeeping. You are required to work in a safe and tidy manner at all times. Always keep walkways, doorways and stairs clear, especially emergency escape routes and fire doors. Always keep your work area tidy and clean away rubbish, preventing build-up which presents a fire risk. Dispose of rubbish in the correct waste containers. You will be directed as appropriate. Put tools and equipment away after use. Do not leave trailing cables or items lying around. These present a trip hazard. Your safety is our top priority. Ensure you keep yourself safe at all times and inform us if you feel a task isn't safe to carry out. Follow procedures and your training at all times. Report all incidents, no matter how minor. Remember, see it, report it, fix it. Thank you for watching and welcome to Evergreen Garden Care.